Welcome to the How to Heart Show, helping men reconnect to the heart and empower others as the leaders they were born to be. I'm Vincent Haasboom. The world needs the raw and authentic men right now. Join us if you're ready to make a change.
Hey, what's up, Lions, and welcome to the How to Heart Show. Exciting episode because we're gonna go deep into the yoga. And for me, it's really exciting because I always wanted to start, but I didn't know how to start and what is gonna bring the benefit. So today I bring a really awesome guest today, Alexander Bayer. I think I say it correct.
Yeah,
Your last name?
sounds right.
And we got a contact with a mutual friend, and I liked Alex a lot because we had a pre-call before and we were so aligned with each other. And I said, Alex, let's do an episode. And for me, it's also your journey is really awesome and also inspirational. So I like to talk more about that. But before we're gonna go in there, Alex, welcome to the show and thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Glad we can make it work time-wise. I know life gets busy and things happen, so it worked out. And I'm here.
Yeah, super excited, super stoked. So Alex, again, thank you so much for being on the show. So before we're gonna go deeper into your story, can you share with the listeners in a nutshell who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I am Alex Bayer in this form, but I see and feel and know myself to be way beyond that. Just here, I have many layers and dimensions. So I practice yoga and I guide yoga. I have a lot of different things that I do, and I try to keep them in an easy to understand way. Like I'm teaching yoga, I make art. I have some like pyramids here. I make these things, and I was running a kombucha company here in Anchorage, Alaska. So I'm about to leave Alaska and shelf that for a while until I find my new place. But yeah, I love sharing the present moment with people and guiding people through transformational experiences. So with the yoga, with meditation, I'm also a musician. I do sound ceremonies, healing ceremonies. So all these things kind of come together, but it all started when I went to college to be an elementary school teacher, which I was kind of disappointed with all that. The whole path, the whole system really just didn't feel like there was a heart and a soul. It almost felt like it was spiritless. So now I'm a holistic educator, I guess you could say. Because I like to bring in things that make us feel and notice who we are beyond what everyone tells us to be and what maybe our job says we are, or our family, or anything like that, our history, our past. So I would say that's me. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. So Alex, why Alaska? Is it really where you're born, or is it something that you chose to live there? What is the reason?
Well, I've been here, let's see, like almost 4 years. And I came here, I'm not from here. I'm from New York originally. And I moved here for the adventure, really. I was in Virginia before I came here. I was kind of getting bored with the element of adventure there. And I'm young, so I'm like, all right, what's next? I'm still young. Even 4 years later, I still feel young. I don't feel like I'm aging necessarily. I know I got a lot of like gray hair, but I'm 33. I'm not like old. I'm not that young. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. But yeah, it was really just adventure that kind of brought me here. I had always heard about the nature being really wild, and I was intrigued by that because when I was in Virginia, Virginia is beautiful. It's really green and it's got all the seasons. And I was living in Richmond. There's a river that runs through it, so I was hanging out there a lot. But I was always trying to find like big nature, and I would have to drive like 3 to 5 hours to go find like a cool long hike or something like that. Whereas here I had the idea to move here because I was with an old partner, and this girl got a job here. So that's kind of why I was like, all right. It gave me like I can live in Alaska. I never really thought it was like a place where you could live. I don't know. It was just kind of out of the question until I met this girl, and we've split up a while ago, but I've stayed, and it's really amazing, the nature here. I can access any type of nature. The only thing here that there's not a lot of is rock climbing, which I love rock climbing, but the rock here is kind of loose and it's not stable. So that's like the one outdoor sport that is not really super prevalent here. Everything else, there's like biking, paragliding, pack rafting, rivers, mountains, ocean. There's even beaches, believe it or not. The water is very cold though, even in the summer. But yeah, there's like right now it's sunny, and it's there's no snow yet. Probably the next couple of weeks we'll get some snow here. Just seeking a different perspective, totally different perspective on life. And I think that's what's cool about, like, with yoga, you put yourself in these positions, right? The asana, and it starts to shift your energy, your internal energies. So that's kind of why I wanted to move and live in Alaska I knew coming here I wasn't going to live here forever, but yeah, it was just, I felt called to it, the nature, the spirit of it. And now that I've been here for some years, I can feel the spirit of the land. It's alive and it speaks to me. So I think that's one of the things that I've really loved here is like being more attuned to nature and more attuned to the spirit of nature, of all the rocks, the moss, the trees, the birds, the moose poop, like whatever it is. It's all spirit, and it has ways of communicating with us. So
yeah, nice. Thank you so much for sharing. For me, you're like really this adventurer. You're really like this free spirit, and I should do that more into going to nature, go more into the wildness, and explore that wildness that's inside of us. Usually we're so like afraid to show that raw masculinity or that rawness that's stored inside of us. And it's really sad. I also did a circle for a men's circle, and that was the first time I really learned to be more rough, like roar and shout and scream, and really that power, that feeling that comes up. So I feel like it's a lot for more men to go more into those rawness, right? Really to go into that power seeking hunger that we have stored inside. Not in a toxic way, but really in a healthy way.
No, yeah, totally. Like going into the nature here, it's 20 minutes. I can drive to any trailhead, and then there's a 1,000-meter mountain or bigger. And so, yeah, if I'm angry or anything, if I'm feeling like frustrated by the world, I'm just like, I'm going to go on a hike. And I have some friends here who were like, every week, we'll say a peak a week. Let's get a peak a week. We get up to a peak. Yeah, these mountains are pretty big, and it's a good way to release anything that's like stuck in our bodies. Yeah, it's so important to get into nature, and I think that's like probably one of the most important things for not just men, but anyone, to just be in nature. And, you can go find a trail. You can do easy research on Google. There's this app. Have you heard of All Trails?
No, I haven't.
All Trails. Yeah, I think it's international. You can find all the trails, mountain hiking, biking, walking. Yeah, it's a great app. It's called All Trails, and it's an easy way. It's like it's like the Google Maps, but for trails out there in the mountains or wherever. So that's a great one too to use for wherever you're at, anywhere you live, anywhere anyone lives. You can find All Trails, and then you can search like easy, hard, and there's reviews, comments. People will update like, it'll even give you the weather. There's a free version. There's a paid version. I have got the free one, and it works great.
Nice. Yeah, I'm for me, I don't have like mountains or like a lot of exciting trails, but yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And
Totally.
probably if I go somewhere or I really want to do that. I really want to do that more, just to go into nature and connect. I feel like that's what we are not doing right now. We're so disconnected from nature itself. We're always on the phone, always busy in the mind, always busy, but not busy with ourselves and busy connecting with nature again. So yeah, maybe we can touch more about that as well, about nature, because I feel like that's also really important. But before we're going to go into the yoga, you said something really important, and I want to go a little bit deeper in that because I felt the same. School.
Yeah.
I hated school. When I was in school and I was doing what I was being told, in the end, I told myself, what the hell am I doing here? I'm not learning anything, and I'm going to go work. I was 16 and I dropped out of school and I started working.
Wow.
And for me, it was the best decision that I made because I felt really held back by school.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it for you, Alex? What was it for you, the feeling that you were in school and said, well, I'm done here. I need to start living life?
Yeah, I remember when I was in grade school before like college, I was just kind of going along with my guidance. My dad, I only really had my dad growing up. So he was like, yeah, just keep getting good grades. You'll go to college and you'll get a job and you'll be fine. And I was like, something sounds off about that. Something feels off about that. Anyways, I continued and I was like, I didn't want to upset him or whoever else, my teachers, I don't know. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll choose a major. So I chose elementary education. And then I went to college, which I didn't graduate. But it felt really restricting. And I would question, I would start to shadow teachers. Like I had one teacher I was shadowing, and then I started to be within the same school and talking to teachers. I was in upstate New York, like a little bit upstate. But yeah, I was like questioning all the parts of it, and everyone, also the teachers, administration, staff, had the same questions, but they were like, we can't do anything. It's not up to us. It's up to the district, or it's up to the state, or no one could budge. Like everyone was like, I don't agree with the way that this is happening right here, right now, within this particular thing. And no one could make any changes. But everyone knew and saw that it wasn't good. People were stressed out. Kids are having to do so much homework. We make kids sit inside all the time. Like we were just talking about, we need to be outside in nature. And yeah, it's hard to be so real about this because I know a lot of people are really passionate about teaching. And I've been talking to a lot of teachers lately who are becoming more and more disappointed in the education system in America. I'm in America right now. which I won't be for long. I can't really stand it here. There's a lot of good, the nature is great, but I try to be as positive and optimistic as I can, but it's hard in America right now. Frick, prices are going up. Everything's more expensive.
Same here.
Minimum wage is not changing for 10, 15 years. I think it's been like super low in America. I don't pay too much attention to like world politics, or I try not to get distracted. I think a lot of people were getting distracted, and that's what I was noticing in the education system is like, it's not holistic. It's not teaching somatic therapy. It's not teaching what does your heart feel like? What does your mind feel like? What are, we have these chakras, we have these different parts of our bodies that communicate with us and have an energy, and we have so much about who we are that it was very narrow. It was very, like you said, it's very restricting, and it wasn't an expansive experience. It didn't feel like an expansive experience for me. And at the time I didn't really even, this is like my hindsight now, because at the time I was just like, I'm confused. I felt really confused because I was listening to everyone's guidance, like, oh, just get a job, go to college, get a job. Pick your path, stay on that path, do that. And that wasn't satisfying me. And I didn't feel like I fit in. So yeah, that was my feeling in the school. I felt like there was many things missing. It was like I was shown like through like a little peephole, like that's like school. That's like the school system that I experience, is like you can only see through this tiny little hole. Like all I can see right now is your face, because I'm looking through my hand and I can only just see your face right here. But then it's like, whoa, the world is actually out here. Oh my gosh, take this off. Take off the mask. Take off the distractions. Get it away. That's what I felt like when I was in school. I was like, oh God, this is very uninspiring. So I left. No degree, no plan. Gave up on educating. Gave up on even thinking about educating for like 5 years. And just, I went and worked on a cannabis farm in California, and I found myself.
Nice.
It was funny because it wasn't necessarily the marijuana. It wasn't. It was just that I was dealing with plants and that I was growing plants. We were growing other stuff too. We were growing some vegetables here and there, but it was a weed farm. And this was like 10 years ago. But it was like living in community with the plants and only having to grow the crop. And I lived on a mountain up in like Northern California. And that I started to really see like, oh, okay, and then I found yoga in that time too. So I was like finding yoga, finding myself, being in nature, working with nature, growing plants, and also reflecting on my life, my past, my experience during college, and being like, oh, this is why I'm a teacher. This is why I wanted to teach. And so here we are.
I like, Alex, that you're a free spirit, that you're just, I just do whatever I want. And if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And no care in the world. I will see how my life turns out. And that's cool. I think that's a cool mindset. For me, once I did that, I would be terrified. It's like, oh, what if I don't have any money? Or, oh, it was always this fear of not having enough, or fear not having enough money, or fear of having no home. There was always this fear. And I feel like for you, just live day by day. If I lose my job, it's fine. I will find another job, or I will sleep with a friend and I will figure it out. And I think it's really cool when you have that relaxed, confident mindset, like, okay, something bad happens, I will figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I trust. I have so much faith. And I think because when I was young, I can think of 3 particular instances where I lost my world, essentially. The whole world I had was taken away from me. So I'll just explain kind of these things because I think it's important in like why I am how I am and why I like feel like I can just trust. Like I could free fall into God. I could free fall into the universe, into infinity, and I will be held. I know this. When I was young, I was like 10. My mom was she left essentially. It's much deeper than that, and now she's a part of my life again. I love her so much. She's amazing. She's an angel. So my parents divorced when I was 10. Didn't have my mom at all growing up. And then there was a point where I freaking went to jail. I like cannabis. I like smoking weed. Big whoop. And in Florida, it was illegal. I used to live in Florida for a little bit, and I went to jail because I had weed for like 3 weeks. I was like, I'm not a criminal. What the heck? This is crazy. Why am I in jail right now? So, I was like 10 years old, lose my mom. That's my world. World shattered. Couldn't ever talk about it. Fast forward, went to jail. Didn't think that I deserved that at all. Lost my world, lost my sense of security. And then shortly after that, my dad died. And that was another part of my world. So all these pretty major life events happened to me 10 years old and then 20 and then like 22. So I lost my like foundation. I lost my security because I only had my dad, and my dad, I love him. And he's, in heaven and beyond, and he's within me. I feel him like here with me all the time. Like his soul, like I absorbed his soul in a way, not like he's not, his soul isn't mine. I didn't like take over. He didn't take over me, but I can feel his presence. I can feel his spirit like guiding me in a way. And I almost feel like I got more trust after he died. But it wasn't the instance. It wasn't the act of that happening that caused me. It was how I reacted and what I did to then empower myself, essentially. Like there's this thing I do called mirror affirmations. And journaling, right? You write affirmations, journaling, and it's a thing where like people will have a lot of resistance for it at first because they're like, oh, this is stupid. How can I talk to myself in the mirror? And I'm just like, I don't know, praising myself or whatever. People have all these things that they say like, oh, that's dumb. But it's really powerful and it's really challenging because anytime you look in the mirror, you're going to see what's beyond just how you look. You're going to see how you're feeling. You're going to see your happinesses. You're going to see your sadnesses, all the things that make you who you are. It's your reflection. That's who you are. You're in the mirror and you're reflecting yourself back to you. So that is a portal right there. That is a way for you to hone in and attune yourself with, it's like reprogramming yourself. So that's like something that I teach as well, mirror affirmations. And it's really challenging. It's probably like one of the most powerful personal, like psychological transformations that I've done for myself. Because we have so many different bodies. We have who we are is not just a physical form. It's not just our mind. It's our emotion. It's our aura. It's our heart. It's our spirit. It's our soul. So when we are evolving, there's many parts of us that are evolving. It's not just, we're not just growing. Like when you're a kid, you're growing physically and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm growing. I'm a foot taller now or whatever. Growth has many different ways to show itself. And yeah, so we have to let ourselves grow in all these ways.
And what was really the most powerful, what you felt? Was it really the information with mirrors or something else? We're going to talk about yoga as well, but I'm a bit curious because I also been thinking about talking to myself in the mirror, but like you said, there's a lot of resistance, and then you need to say, really look at yourself. And usually there's shame, there's resentment for the choices that we made or didn't make. So
Yeah.
how is it, can you give us a small step from people that are listening to this, how they can start looking themselves in the mirror and accept themselves for who they are?
Yeah. So, when you're in some relationship, maybe it's you and a friend, a partner, someone you work with, and you like this person and you want to continue working with this person. When you have some feedback for them, you would say first something positive, something loving, and then you would get into the constructive criticism, something that you maybe, not to sound harsh, but maybe had an issue with the way something is going between, like the dynamic between the two. So you'll start with positive. Hey, I appreciate you. I love you. Whatever it is, I have this thing I need you to know. It's constructive criticism, some feedback that it's bugging me. It's bugging me, and I have to mention this. And then you go back to, so now that we've reviewed and we've critiqued the situation, we can come back to loving and then transmute from what was into what will be. So that's kind of how you'd have to approach yourself in the mirror. You don't want to just say you're fucked up. You did all these stupid things, and what were you thinking? That's not. You're just gonna get deeper into like upset. So you start with like, oh my gosh, like gratitude for yourself, like forgiveness, and not resisting something that would come up. So that's why you write it down first. See, you write down some things. There's almost like two sides of it. You write down the thing that you're wanting to change. So you would write down what's going on, what's happening currently that you are not okay with. You don't want to be this way anymore. And then you can write, you switch it. You find the positive way to say this, whatever it is. So for me, I'll just give an example. I like cookies. I eat a lot of cookies. Sometimes I ate too many cookies. And so I'm like, I have to forgive myself for that. It's okay. And I know what I can do to not eat cookies. I can think, because usually when the idea of me wanting to eat cookies comes up is because of some random anxiety or something stressful is happening in life. And I'm like, I want cookies. It's like a coping thing. Like I'm coping with my stress. So I'll look at that. And the moment I'm like, I want a cookie, I'll be like, well, why? Why do I want this cookie? So that's kind of like looking at how the life affects your internal world, and then you make the thought of, I want a cookie. But then you realize, oh, I just want a cookie because of the uncomfortable sensations that I'm feeling. And then for me, I'll say, well, I don't need a cookie. It just tastes good. And it's only going to make me happy for just while I'm chewing and eating it. 5 minutes later, whatever, it's going to make no difference. So for anyone, you'd have to think of what's something in your life that you're challenged by. Maybe it's something within yourself, something in the different dynamics and the different relationships that you have in your life. But you would write out the current situation and then write out the transmuted version of how you want it to look. And then you'd get that transmuted version and you'd speak that to yourself in the mirror. So you would write down 20 times. It might sound crazy, but 20 times you write down, I am this thing. I am this thing. I have these things, whatever you want. It's very specific to you. There are general things you can say, like, I am the energy of abundance, or I am the energy of clarity, or I am focusing my mind on health. So you can create general things, but the real power, the extra power comes when you find something specific for you. For every single person has their own things that they're working on, that they're challenged by, that they're progressing through, that they're evolving into. So that's what I do one-on-ones. I do some group stuff with that. I have this class I teach, integrative community yoga, and I do a lot of different exercises and spiritual practices. But I do also one-on-one mirror affirmations. That's very powerful. It's very challenging, but it's potent. So, and that's really, it's specific. It's super specific to each person. It's like, like I've been to some therapy, like group therapy, and that's a whole nother thing about why I teach yoga, which I can get into. I think it might be a different topic than the question you just asked, but yeah. So the mirror affirmation is specific to each person. Write down where you're coming from and write down also where you're going. So say you have this thing that's a challenge in your life, write it down just one time or however many times you need, just to get it out, just to get out what's present and what's real and what's raw and what's challenging. You don't have to overwrite that. You don't have to write that 20 times, just the new version. You write it out 20 times and then you say it to yourself 20 times in the mirror. So it's like you're programming this new version of yourself based on where you've been and realizing and reflecting, oh, I don't like these things, that I need to change this, the way I'm showing up for myself.
But it's also with confidence, right? Not like, yeah, I just love myself today, and I'm doing okay. It's like, no, I love myself. I feel powerful. I'm excited. It's really also the attitude towards yourself in the mirror, right?
100%. Loving gratitude. That's why I said you have to start with loving gratitude. If you approach it with that, because most likely everyone's going to cry. I cry. I look at myself sometimes and I cry. I'm like, yeah, this is real. I've been through all of that stuff, and now here I am, and I can use that all as a blueprint for what I want to create and what I want to bring and share to the world. And it's all the like challenging moments in our lives, they're initiations. We're being initiated into our leadership because we see this world shifting. We see the distractions, we see the limitations, we see the masks, we see the veil, right? We see the illusion, we see the falseness, and more people are becoming aware of it. And so now people like you, How to Heart, like myself, Lovewise, like people are creating these things that it's the new earth. Everyone's hearing this term. It's there, it's here, it's now, it's happening. So we're seeing the old world crumble. They're still going to be doing that. I don't know. Who knows how the future is going to look, right? But I don't think anything's going to necessarily go away. I just think it's going to change. And so it's important to like create these communities together I had a cool idea for you. I'll share with you later. But
Yeah,
like a how to heart idea.
cool.
How to heart retreats, nature retreats.
Nice. Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Really.
But yeah, like yeah, we need leaders. We need like holistic leaders and educators and people who are paying attention to art and music and nature and sound and healing and health and compassion. So we're seeing people are I personally I feel I felt for a while almost ashamed to be this way, to be like a holistic educator, because I was listening to all the guidance I had growing up, and it didn't do good for me. I wasn't happy. I wasn't making money. I didn't have a job. I didn't like what everyone was telling me to do. So I had to figure my own thing out. And yeah, so we're seeing it. We're seeing us. I'm finally feeling more and more confident. Like for me online, like I don't really do much stuff online. It's pretty much all in person. And I don't know what it is. I have this like barrier to getting myself and putting myself online. I don't know why, but I'm overcoming it.
Maybe it's a bit of shame still.
It's gotta be. I need to be in the right place. I noticed too, since living here in Alaska, I've been really inspired by the nature, and I've learned a lot about myself. But it's really cold and dark, and the winters are like a majority of the time here. So that starts to affect people, and that affects me. So I need. That's why I'm about to move. And I've been here for 4 years, and I'm about to move to. I don't know where I'm going to end up living, like forever, permanently. I'll probably just take another adventure for some years, but I'm going to go to Asia and Central America. So I'll be around there. And like being in an environment that actually supports me and like expansive. I want to feel expansive again. I've my Alaska chapter is coming to a close here, and I'm ready for what's next.
A next new adventure.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Alex, thank you so much for sharing your vulnerability and also your insights. I'm really hooked on what you're saying, and I also so resonate with you as well, also with nature, mindset wise, and also being an adventurer. I also like to be this adventurer as well, but for me, it's also the shift because now I'm just staying here because I'm building something. So I make okay money. I can invest in the company, in the business, in myself. So I see that as a top priority. But once I can make money online enough, I'll be doing the same. I'm going to be traveling, I'm doing supporting or coaching or whatever comes my path. What's aligned for me, what I really want to do, not the 9 to 5, because that's toxic and really soul sucking, but really do something what is called for me to do. So yeah, my biggest respect for you, Alex, for doing what you're doing. It's really, really awesome. And also being so vulnerable with us. I really, really appreciate it. But you mentioned also the yoga. So let's make the bridge from what you shared to the yoga. So I'm really curious about, you already explained to me when we had this pre-call, but can you share with us why you're so passionate about yoga and how did your yoga journey start?
Yeah. How did my journey start, and why am I so passionate about it? Good question. How did it start? Well, yeah, as I was growing up in New York, like I said, I was listening to my guidance, and I just had my dad. My parents divorced right when I was young, so I kind of carried that stress with me without really knowing it, and I became overweight. I started eating too much food.
Cookies.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, all sorts of stuff. New York, New York is like pizza and bagels and bacon, egg, and cheese and whatever. So I was eating all that and overeating, and it just, I remember actually when I was 15 years old and I was overweight then. I was always like a chunky kid too, from like first or second grade. I was like, yeah, why am I not skinny like everyone else? But I was like, whatever. Didn't really think much about it. I was like, I'm just young, whatever. I didn't think about it. Didn't bother me too much. And then I started to get a little older, became a teenager. I was like, girls aren't even attracted to me. Whatever. I don't care. I got friends. I'm laughing. I'm funny. I'm having a good time. Life's good. Whatever. But I'm like a chunky teenager, feeling feelings for girls and stuff. And I'm like, I'm fat. They don't like me. Whatever. Whatever. But then I was like, you know what? I think in like 10 years, I'm going to actually take my health like seriously. And that's essentially what happened. Like I knew when I was 15, I was like, I know I'm going to get this shit together. I'm not going to be like this forever. And so finally, my dad died from cancer. He was 55 or something, and I was 22. So that was like what kind of really shook me up, because I was like, man, he was young. And then I started to reflect on his lifestyle and how he lived and how he raised me. I was eating whatever he ate, which was a lot of pasta, a lot of meat and cheese and whatever, to your typical like Italian American diet, which the American diet, I think worldwide, everybody knows. What's your opinion on the American diet? Just
It's so bad.
Okay, there you go. So so I grew up in that, and then I saw that, and then my dad died, and so I was like, he was doing all these things and eating all these things, and he didn't exercise. He worked all the time, barely got out into nature, didn't have like a mindfulness practice, sat around a lot, played video games, all these things. And I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen to me. None of those things are inherently bad. Yeah, you got to work. Like, sure, if you want to play video games, that's cool, but there's a balance you have to strike. We have to pay attention. We have to take care of our health, because there's so many distractions, and it's too easy to get distracted by them. So that's kind of what inspired me. I'd say is like seeing him lose his health over the later end of his life, and then kick the bucket. And it's almost like that was my initiation. That initiated me into now being who I am and having the passion for health. And I found yoga because yoga it's like gentle, and it's caring. It's a caring way to love yourself and love others. A lot of people will see or hear yoga and they think, oh, that's too hard. I'm not flexible. That's for girls. What else do I hear? Oh, it's expensive. What are the other excuses? I don't like sweating. But yoga is so much more than that. Yoga is like, there's this 8-limb path, which if I would recommend everyone to read the Yoga Sutras. It's like a short book, maybe 100 pages long. It's kind of like the Bible of yoga, but it's not religious. It's not like scripture. It's like a handbook. It's like a guidebook for life. So in yoga, we have 8 limbs. The first 2 limbs, even before yoga starts, the asana is like the poses, right? The sun salutations and warrior 2, whatever. That's the 3rd limb. The first limb is what's called the niyamas. And this is how you relate to the world. And it's your ethical moral code. So it's like non-violence, non-stealing, integrity, not cheating, not lying, that kind of stuff. So that's the first limb of yoga, which most people don't even know. And so when I say yoga, when I know yoga, when I talk about yoga, for me, that's included in it. It's not just let's do some down dogs, which is a part of it. And then, so number one is how you're relating to the world. It's your ethical code. It's your moral code of how you are seeing the world and what your relationship with the world is. So that includes all the people. That includes, and yeah, the yogic diet is a vegan diet. You're not there. They don't eat cheese. They don't eat meat. Every now and then they might eat cheese. It's like, there's traditions, there's purist, right? There's balances in between. I'm not saying I'm a purist. But yeah, then number two would be the yamas, and that's your inner code. It's like how you're relating to yourself, and it's being kind to yourself. It's moderating your diet, moderating your thoughts, having positive, happy thoughts. And then number three is the physical practice, is the asana. And it goes on from there. Number four is like the breath. It's like controlling your breath and watching, observing your breath in the life, and how when something happens, if it's like a challenge or a sudden shift or something unexpected, watching your breath and seeing how can I slow down my breath and still be in control of my breath. Because oftentimes in life, when something intense happens or an unknown arises, we stop breathing or we get really shallow. We're just like, we're not really taking in the energy that is providing us with life, which is our breath. Like we need that. And so in moments, it's interesting. We don't learn this in school, right? We don't learn these things in school. You got to go to yoga school or philosophy school or something like that. I don't know. I have not found this type of education in anything other than the yogic field. It's like, the more I say about yoga, I think you're starting to see that it's not just asana. It's not just physical posture. And then, so number one, how you're relating to the world. Number two, how you're relating to yourself. Number three is the physical posture. Number four is the breath awareness. Number five is then withdrawing of your senses. And I can go on, but this is why I'm sharing about why I'm passionate about it, because it's a full spectrum code for life, and to reach eventually samadhi, which is union with everything. It's the bliss state. It's enlightenment, nirvana. There's many different ways to call it. So you follow these steps, you follow this path, and once it gets beyond the withdrawal of senses, then it goes into concentration and meditation, and then full union. So it's a path. It's a way of being. Yoga is a way of being that extends beyond just yourself. It's a way that you're living, and it's the energy that you're sharing with the world, and being in balance with that, not trying to force certain things, not, it's encouraging yourself, empowering yourself to live in alignment with your soul's truth, and also hopefully inspiring that same thing within other people so that they can follow their true path and who they're here to be. And you can go any direction from here. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, Alex, about the steps. And for sure there's a lot of more steps. But what really came to mind was once you do yoga, I think you found a lot of peace within. I felt like you will discover something within you that you haven't felt in a long time before, right?
100%. I started to feel numb in life. I was feeling like I was losing my sensitivity to. I had an identity crisis. That's what happened when after my dad died, and I was like, what is life? I was confused, I was scared, I was sad. And when I found yoga, it was like the one thing that was helping me find clarity. And it helped to like, I sometimes think of yoga as, and well, particularly like the physical practice is like, say you're a sculptor, an artist, and you have a block of marble, and you got the raw block, and you're like, okay, I see the vision for this piece of art, and eventually you keep chiseling away, you keep chipping at it, and it starts to come to life, and you see it like, oh, I can. The vision that you had becomes more clear, and you can see. The more you do, the more you practice, and you chip away at the reality, the current reality of who you are, and you be with that starts to show you the true essence of yourself, beyond all the conditioning, beyond all of whatever school told you, whatever parents told you. And like there's always forgiveness. There's always forgiveness. It's not like we have to be mad at anything or anyone for us. Like we have to take responsibility. It's still up to us. It may not be our fault, but it's still up to us to take responsibility for our health, our actions, our thoughts, our decisions, everything we do. We can't blame the government. We can't blame the society. We can't blame the elites, the whoever. I don't even want to say all these other names about evil stuff, right? But it's happening. It's real, but it's up to us. And that all of that we could see, that's our initiation. We're all being initiated into now being leaders and speaking up and starting How to Heart podcast, and me saying, finally, okay, I'm going to start making a presence for myself online, because everyone's online. And I for some reason, I resist online because I just want to be present. I don't want to do any internet stuff. I like whatever. It's like, I think there's good and bad to it, right? Technology, artificial intelligence, the internet, there's good and bad. How are we using it? What's the intention behind it? That's what matters the most, I think. I got off social media, but I remember like probably like 2 or 3 months ago, I finally was like, I'm just going to delete these apps off my phone. I don't use them. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll get back in when some time passes and I have a more clear online thing to have for people. Because my online stuff, I have some stuff online, but it's everything I do is in person. But I'm going to be traveling a lot more. I'm becoming more nomadic, and so I need to establish myself online more. So that's good. But yeah, it's the intention behind it. It's not always just money, 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 money. It's like, how do we feel? And that's, I think we're seeing that shift away from, oh, it's all about money. It's a pretty crazy world out there, we can't control anyone else. All we can do is like just be here within our heart, within our body and our soul, and that's all. We can only be here. We can't be anywhere else. We can't. Maybe there's some technology we can create to like, boom, and you put your consciousness into someone else. Well, that's DMT, I guess, right? No, but that's still your own consciousness. I don't know.
Well, Alex, thank you for sharing. You said some really important stuff right here. Also, the leads for me is the same. I know about it, and once I got to know about that, it was like, oh, what's going on here? And it was really hard for me to accept. And once I accepted it, okay, it's here, but what can I do about it? That for me
Yeah.
was the question that I had to ask myself. I can't just be blaming, be angry, and just be frustrated.
Yeah.
Or I can make the shift. What can I do in the present? What can I do now? Okay, I start this podcast. I'm building this course. I speak my truth. I speak what I feel. I learn to love myself. I learn to not be attached to companies, what they're telling us to do, or governments. I'm just trying to learn to detach, but really connect with myself. And I feel like that's really what you were talking here, is really to connect with yourself again, really with the heart. And once you start to follow that, then society, the system, it doesn't matter anymore, because you learn to connect with yourself, but also with other people.
Yeah.
And then you're going to create. Then you're going to see you don't need money. You need connection. You need companionship. You need love, men, women. It's really, that's what I always come back to when we talk about God. I feel like God is within me. I'm the creator. I have the gift to create what I want to do, or manifest magic into my life. But it
Yes.
starts with loving myself, connecting, and also the limiting belief, like I'm not good enough, I cannot manifest, it's too hard. And then again, we're being so distracted and uneducated about the stuff that we just follow the herd and do what they tell us to do instead.
Yeah.
What do I want to do, right? That's what always comes back to me by being whole, is being, listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to your desires. What do you want? What do you feel is important to you? And not just live your life way for a 9 to 5 job making somebody else rich. So
Yeah.
it's really, again, the mindset shift, and really start to trust. Like you said, I trust in the universe, I trust in what I'm doing, and I know everything is going to be okay. And once we start going do that in a collective way, really trust ourselves and other people. Now there's always this hate dynamics, this conquer and divide, or divide and conquer. That's really what you see right now. But once you start to say, okay, I'm not gonna hate them, but just love them for who they are, it's all a tactic. It's all manipulating us into moving into direction. But once you step away from it, life becomes so much easier. And like you said, also more fun and exciting, instead of living in this fear system.
Yeah. Yeah. The distractions, the illusion, the news.
Yeah.
It's hard to, it's challenging. It's not easy because
It is.
it's, there's a lot of bad things happening, and there are people who like are good, normal, regular people like you and I, who are defending the bad stuff. And I try not to judge anyone. Yeah, I really don't want to judge anyone. But when people probably aren't going to like me when they hear me say that, like, stop joining the military, wherever you are in the world, just stop joining the military. I really
agree.
think that it's like, just, it's how the evil and the bad is relying on our participation, right? I mean, there would be no armies if it wasn't people saying, oh, I'll join the army, right? There's some countries that require, like Israel requires their citizens to join the army. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's like good and evil. I think I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't get the evil part. I have compassion. Maybe there's some souls that are lost and they're not happy and they're dark souls. I don't know. There's got to be like dark souls who vibrate on evil vibrations, whereas like good souls, light souls, were vibrating on happy vibrations. I couldn't imagine like killing someone. That doesn't make any sense to me. Or saying, trying to steal some land from someone, or force some slavery or something like that. It can't compute. It doesn't make sense for me and my body. I don't know. I don't know where people's heads are at that say it's a good idea to join the military. I don't see it. Come at me, please. If someone wants to talk to me about this, if someone who's watching this podcast or anyone, I don't even know. I have no audience. I'm just by myself. Just like, I'm curious. I'm really curious. Like, why are people joining the military worldwide? At this point, why? They got families, right? They got a mortgage. They got kids. They got kids in school. They got bills to pay. They're in debt. I bet that's most of it, right? I wouldn't think that, I don't know, we're maybe a little bit off topic, but defending patriotism, loyalty, country loyalty, maybe. I love everyone. I love everyone. I don't care what color you are. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I don't care what language you speak. I've been to other countries. I remember when I was young, my dad made me so afraid of other nationalities. It was like, don't travel. It's a scary world. And I'm like, what? It's a beautiful world. Everyone's got all sorts of cool different stuff happening. Like this thing, freaking Ecuador, right here. Buddha, some other, Asia, like Africa. Pyramid that I made from all the different things that I've learned from different cultures. Guitar, where did that come from? I don't know. Some other culture. Like, we can love each other. We can love each other. We're allowed to love each other. I've been to other countries. I speak enough Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I appreciate them. The language of your embodiment speaks way louder than the words that you speak. When they say 20% of our communication is verbal and 80% of our communication is nonverbal, right? So I don't know the exact stats on that, but when I first went out of the country, when I first left America, I went to Peru to do yoga teacher training. I had enough Spanish from high school, and so I could like kind of communicate with people, but I wasn't like in a place where I could talk like this with someone in Spanish, like from my heart, like really going into detail and having all the vocabulary. But the people there, I felt in my heart appreciation for them. It didn't matter that we spoke a different language. It didn't matter that we didn't look anything alike, that I was like 2 feet taller than everyone. I'm tall, and people in Peru are relatively short compared to me. That there wasn't like people like, oh, the language barrier. The language barrier doesn't really matter if you're going to a place that is loving and you're feeling love within yourself. That will reflect around you. So you give love, you receive love. Not always, but better just be love. Might as well, right? Just makes it more fun and more harmonious and happy and relaxed and easy and calm, peaceful, pleasant. These are good things to feel. I don't think anyone could like argue that.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh no, I'd rather feel pissed and agitated and angry and macho and whatever. Just be love.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just wanted to pitch in with what you said here about, the love and hate. It's really what you see. It's always hating on people, hating other foreigners, hating this. And there's always this evil about hating other people, hating love. It's always, once you understand what we are talking about delete the system, again, follow the money, follow where it goes. You will see. There's always funny moments. I have a lot of people that are awake in my Facebook, and they always say, show me valid proof about what you're saying, like in a post. And then they say, but even though if I show you, you don't want to see it. But the funny thing is, when we present them the truth, it's like, I want proof. I want proof. Where's the information? Where's the reliable information or reliable information?
Yeah.
But when media says something, nobody question anything. They just follow. They just obey what has been told, and it's just mind blowing how people are so being numbed and really lied to and brainwashed, believing what the media says is true. But when we want to wake people up, it's a lie. It's not real. And I don't want to go deeper into this because then we're gonna have another another show. But thank you so much for sharing, because this is also important. And like you said, I agree with you with the military. Why we're killing other people that we don't know? They didn't do us any harm. We didn't do them any harm. But it's just this corruption and for greed, for power and money. Again, if you go deeper into the rabbit hole and understand why war is happening, you will understand why it's happening. So again, Alex, thank you so much for sharing. Maybe we can do it another time, going deeper into this.
Yeah.
But I really want to go back into the yoga and say, what for people like me, like I will say it like this. So I want to start doing yoga. What is for me the best places to start, but also find a good school, right? Because you need to have like a good educator. It's with everything. If you have like, if you go to somebody that's fat and say, hey, can you teach me to lose weight? You know, it's not going to happen. So how can I know that I'm in the right school and also I get the right yoga? Because I think there's many yogas, right, that you can perform and practice.
Yeah. Definitely. There's tons of stuff on YouTube. Something that now is cool about YouTube, everyone is writing out specific things for yoga. So there's a lot of yoga teachers now coming online. And like when I first started teaching, like I really wish I would have gotten onto online years ago, because I've been teaching for like 6 years and I've not really done much online at all. And if I would have been putting stuff online, it would have whatever. But yeah, so you can search specifically, say you have a thing in your body that you're feeling, like neck pain, back pain, knee pain, hip pain. Maybe it's even not physical. Maybe it's some emotional thing. You can search on YouTube yoga for, and then whatever you're needing. Maybe a lot of people have back pain, right? Yoga for insomnia. Maybe you can't sleep. Yoga for energy. Yoga for stress relief. Yoga for core strength. Yoga for weight loss. Literally, whatever you like, specific to you, just like with the mirror affirmations. So for anyone, you, Vincent, for anyone, search YouTube. That's where I started. I started online. I just found, I got someone recommended me a teacher online who I resonated with. And so I just kept doing that because it felt good. I was searching through a few different teachers before I found the one I liked. So it might take a little bit of searching and being present with the teacher. And if you resonate, that's really what it's about. There's many teachers, and so it's just a matter of, are you resonating with, that teacher? So yeah, specifically, right? Yeah, YouTube, yoga for whatever it is. Also, within your community, there's probably like a gym or some sort of fitness center, or perhaps a yoga studio. Just searching online, like, hey.
Hi. I'm thirsty. I have to get water.
Get it. Yeah. So just finding the places. So first starting online, YouTube, yoga for this and that, whatever it is. Then start to get into the community. Yoga for beginners, that's a great one, but there's a lot. So it'll take some time to find the right one, but it's mostly about who you're resonating with as a teacher. And then, I mean, that could be different for you. That's just how I feel. But then, yeah, so finding your community in person. Most towns have some fitness center, gym, or wellness center, and oftentimes they have group classes. A lot of times there's free intro or like a discounted intro package that you can get. So you could sample like every, I don't know where you live, but you could sample every place. Like that's what I would do if I like my path getting into it was I found a person on YouTube. I was searching a little bit. I found someone on YouTube finally that I liked. And I just practiced with her. She had all these different videos and I practiced every day pretty much. I would start with 15 minutes. Then for like a month, I was doing 15 minutes a day. Then I would start to slowly build up 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Maybe 6 months in, I was like 40 minutes, 45 minutes every day, pretty much every day. Because if you do it every day, that's when the consistency starts to build. Because yoga and attuning our bodies and removing all the toxins and removing the masks and the armor and the conditioning, it comes from consistent practice daily. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just let that build, let it build, let it build, let it build. So you start small. You start with, we're busy, right? We have busy lives. We have stuff we're doing and that requires our time and attention and everything. And it's all good. So whatever time you can give for now, because it's a matter of like your body's used to the current routines and rhythm that you have. So if you're starting to introduce a new thing into your life, your body is in this way. It's like the gears are already turning in the way of whatever you've been doing consistently over the past years, decades, your whole lifetime. Your rhythm, your body starts to feel your rhythm, and it gets used to that rhythm. It's physics, inertia, right? A body in motion stays in motion. An energy that's cultivating continues. So your body's doing this. This is just general. Everyone. This is me. Your body's doing this. It has a rhythm. Then you have a new practice, a new thing. And then it's like, oh, okay. Well, it might disrupt. It is like if you're adding a new practice or a new rhythm into your life, a new syncopation into your life, it's disrupting your current rhythm. So that's going to cause your nervous system to have a response. And that's where like fight or flight will come in with yoga. A lot of times people they'll get overheated and they'll be like, oh, too hot. It's just too much. And they'll say, oh, it was too hot. I didn't like it. It was too hot. I was sweating. Well, that's your body's transformation. Like that's your body's way of communicating to you. Like we've gotten a little bit out of balance with whatever it is, your diet, your energy, your thoughts, your stress, your anxiety, frustration, sadness, all of it. So it's finding a balance again. So that's what people will get challenged initially with yoga and resist starting to practice, because it's yoga is asking us to reevaluate all parts of who we are. Everything you've ever done in your life, every thought you've ever had, everything you're now, your current, your past, and it's giving you more clarity on how we can like blossom and grow and evolve into the future.
That's really interesting.
It's a restorative. It's like spiritual restoration. That's what yoga is. It like restores us to who we were designed to be. Because as we see, there's fast food, there's media manipulation, there's the news, there's all these things that condition us and take us out of balance. And like, this is going to sound crazy, but you never see an obese animal in the wild, do you? Have you ever seen a fat, bears? Yeah, bears are like, they that's part of their thing though. They hibernate. So they get fat in the fall so that they can hibernate for 5 months. But really, you don't see I'm not trying to judge, I'm not making fun of anyone. Like I used to be fat. I was like nearly 300 pounds. That's like what, 145 kilos.
Wow.
So I'm like 100 or something, maybe less kilos now. But yeah, it's like you don't see fat wildlife, or you don't see, it's like they're balanced.
A fat line.
That lion, right?
Yeah,
I
very
never really
funny.
thought about that before, but that's kind of funny to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is. It's spiritual restoration, because the animals out there, they're just living. They're not affected by the government. I mean, they are. Yeah, they are actually. They're really affected by the government, because we're stealing their land. We're
Yeah.
poaching them. We're destroying their natural habitats. You see it a lot here in Alaska too, like pipelines, gas, oil. The oil industry is massive here in Alaska. It's kind of wild. Like 70, I don't know, a majority of people here are like oil or some sort of like extension of that industry. We don't want to extract from Mother Gaia too much. She's here. She's here. She let us be here. She said, I will take you in. Our planet, our mother, our spiritual mother took us in and said, here, you can heal here. You can rest here. And you can grow here. And you can understand your spirit here. And then we said, let's build skyscrapers and all this other stuff and burn coal. And even though like energy is infinite and water is everywhere and it's clean, but we're going to go ahead and add chemicals to the water, even though it's already pure from the mountain. I don't know, whatever. And that's why I love yoga, because it's like, none of that shit matters. It's fine, whatever. I'm taking command of myself now, and I'm going to really be serious about myself, my health, my embodiment, and my energy, so that I can then inspire and share with the world what I've learned beyond, like, with just from me. Like when I teach, I'm teaching what I've learned, but I'm also teaching my own practice. Like I don't generally, I have outlines and stuff for the different like workshops that I do. But if I'm teaching like a yoga class, like a physical posture yoga class, I don't ever plan it. I look at the people and I say, I view, I observe, I feel the group. And because it's often variety of experience levels. I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to teach every time. It could be all beginners. It could be all intermediate. Sometimes I'll have a person, it's their first yoga class, and then I'll have a person who's been doing it 20 years. And then for me, it's like, all right, well, how am I going to teach something that no one feels left out, that nobody feels like they don't belong here, or they're not valuable, or they're unimportant? Because everyone's important. Everyone has value, and everyone has meaning, and everyone has purpose. And if anyone watching feels like they don't have purpose, you do. I know you have purpose, because I felt for a long time that I had no purpose. I was numb. And now I know I have a purpose. I know I'm meant to be here. And it took some time. It took some time to really feel that within myself. But everyone is meant to be here. No one deserves to suffer or to be in pain, except for maybe people who are like causing pain intentionally. They can go find somewhere else to be, like get off our planet.
Yeah.
We're here for love. We're not here for hate. So if that's what you're doing, like, stop doing that and stop being hateful. Just be loving. Yeah, totally. And I would imagine that anyone watching this is not hateful. It's called How to Heart. So it's people are shifting, I know I feel everything. Sometimes I feel hate. It's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. I transmute it into joy and love. Joy tear gamaya. Take me to the light. That's a Sanskrit mantra. You want to hear it? You want to hear the Sanskrit?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'll say the Sanskrit and then I'll say the English translation. So it's asatoma sat gamaya, tamasoma joytir gamaya, mrityur ma amritam gamaya. And that's 3 lines right there. It means from the falseness, lead me to the truth. From darkness, take me to the light. And from death, bring me to immortality. Pretty cool.
That's yeah. You made some really powerful points there about a lot of stuff, and what for me was really the disconnection again with, even though I had the same as you, I was also really angry at the world and really angry at myself, and I was really looking at other people living their life, and I was this black sheep. Just I felt always different. I always felt I wasn't belonging
rainbow
here,
sheep.
or what?
You're the rainbow sheep.
Yeah, exactly. I was the colorful sheep. But I always felt different, and I didn't understand why I couldn't be like everyone else. Everybody was enjoying their lives, and everybody was pretending to have fun and living the life of the fullest, and I was just hiding and just not doing anything. And I didn't understand why. But once I started to become aware, because for you was different, your journey, also how you wake up. For me, it was just I was addicted to pornography and video games. And then my higher self gave me an info or an insight, or he told me literally, Vincent, you need to get help. And I just put my controller down, and I was just looking around with somebody whispering in my ears, but there was nobody there. And I knew in my heart that I need to do something about this. I never said, oh yeah, whatever, I'm gonna keep going. I knew deep in my heart that I need to get help, and I did that. I got help. I went to see a doctor. I went to see a therapist, group therapy. I started from there reading books, learning about myself, still having the ups and downs, and really learning and understanding myself. But it was always this fear and anxiety and hatred, and especially towards myself. I was always angry at myself why I couldn't accomplish the things that I did wanted to do. For example, with women, I was really afraid with women, and still I wanted to connect with them and make love with them. And I always told myself, why can't I just walk up to her? Why can't I just have a conversation? Why is this always this fear? But then through my journey, I saw that it was trauma. There was so much trauma in the body that was just the body keeps a score. If you're interested in the book, I recommend reading it or listen to it. But once I listened to The Body Keeps a Score, I realized, okay, so it's not just the mindset, it was also the body, because in my head I saw and I visualized that I can walk up to her and start a conversation. But when I was in the moment, my body just froze, or I want to flee. I always wanted to run away and hide. So once I understand that, and understand, like you said, the body has more energy, it has more body parts, and also our aura and everything around it. So once I started to learn more about myself and about the world and the spiritual world, it made more sense. And also then I learned I'm an empath, I'm highly sensitive. So there's also these things that came up to me. It's like, oh, so there's more to me than meets the eye. But what I realized once I started to heal myself, I also had to let go. I had to also, what I want to say was the forgiveness that I also want to talk with you a little bit later. Forgiving myself, and especially forgiving other people. I've been really bullied a lot when I was in school. And also for that reason, I left school, because I've been bullied every single day until I couldn't take it anymore. It was so always this fear of going to school, and school is trash, but nobody should feel like this when they want to do something or want to go something, that they feel this fear or run or this fear that I don't belong or I don't feel good enough. So I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to accept myself, also my perfection and imperfection. I had my flaws. Sometimes I stutter. In the beginning, I tried so hard to talk perfectly, but I was working so hard, and I put on this mask, and then eventually I said, "Enough, done with the mask. I cannot do this anymore." So the reason that I'm saying this, there's nothing wrong with you. There's things happen to you that you have to resolve, not fix, but really work on yourself. And once you do that, and like Alex said, you'll feel more peace. You feel the calmness. You feel the joy, the fun, and also when you go on social media, watching movies, it's constantly these dopamine hits, constantly this overload. So what happens? You don't enjoy the small little things. You're always looking for the next quick fix. So that's why I really like yoga and why I wanted to have you on the show. And I'm also now, once you were talking about, I also know a place 20 minutes from here that I can check out. I think I'm gonna call them or check the website. I really want to do it because I see the benefits. I see how it can helps you with the body and also with the stress. I'm not really stressed, but sometimes I'm so tired because of working and dealing with so many things. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm really grateful that you shared. And I was a bit shocked when you said I learned it from YouTube, because in the beginning I thought you were just working with this high performance guru, but well, you see, it can be easy. Just go on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. Well, even the gurus will say they don't. They're just channeling. They don't feel. Everyone has a gift. Everyone has a gift. And it's up to us. It's up to every individual to find our gift. We don't. That's the life. That's like the fun of challenge of life, is to find your gift. And it's not a bad thing if you don't know it yet. That just means you have more to explore, more trial and error. Like it's not even error. It's just learning more information. You
Feedback.
do something, doesn't work out. Okay, that wasn't meant for me. Pivot, new direction. So everyone has a gift, and some people are able to share it with ease, and they have a big audience, and everyone's at different levels of their life evolution, whatever it is. Yeah, so that's really good. That's really good that you were able to see that how you were, and to then look at it and not like get into things that were like super toxic for you. Some people will, and they'll, I don't know, I'm thinking like, what's the extreme of pornography addiction? Like going and getting escorts and spending all your money on,
Yeah.
like there's so much worse than you can say. Whatever, if you have an addiction, there's a worse version of that which you could go into, and some people do, and that's just their journey. Then that's their initiation, and then you reform from there. You restore yourself from there.
Yeah, and Alex, if I can go just add this, for me, my gift was, yeah, I've been an addict for 20 years, but I also learned a lot from it. I also learned along the way about myself. So now in changing it, how can I change people's lives with it? So now
Right.
I'm building this course, and now I'm helping men to overcome it, but really also heal themselves. And that's what we need to start doing. Start healing ourselves. And once we start healing ourselves, we still also start healing other people, friends, family, children, and especially Mother Nature, the world that really needs it.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta heal. It's our birthright. It's why we're here. in my view. It's we're here to heal and make community. And yeah, like people we're starting to finally come together. I'm seeing it. People are coming together. And even any old person, for instance, the other day I was in Walgreens. You know what Walgreens is? It's a pharmacy. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, I heard about it.
It's all over the United States. Walgreens, it's just the general pharmacy. But they sell cigarettes at the pharmacy. And I've always been a bit confused by that. And I mentioned, and I like to kind of plant seeds with people, like random people who I see working at any place that I go into, just to see, like, are they third eye blind, or are they actually able to, see the world for what it is beyond the illusions? And so I asked this lady, I was like, what's up with them selling cigarettes at the pharmacy? Why? She's like, I don't know. This whole system's backwards. And I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, she gets it. But yeah, it's stuff like that. It's like, I remember, what was it, like years ago, they let people smoke cigarettes in high school, right? At least in America, it was like that. And for a while, we didn't know cigarettes were even bad for you. Like, whatever it was, the 40s or 50s, I don't know. But with time comes greater awareness of the things that are actually good and actually bad. We're going to see the AI thing is start to, there's going to bring some light to the AI, because we're already seeing people become addicted to AI and ChatGPT, and now they got these AI music channels. Have you seen on YouTube? There's all this AI music.
No.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music, and I'm searching around, and whatever, people are doing it. As a musician, I can't do that personally. Like, I DJ and I do sound healing. So sound bowls, didgeridoo, handpan, drumming, flutes, chanting, singing. I play the guitar too, a little bit. And then I produce music for yoga and dance. You heard of ecstatic dance?
I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like freeform dance. Let everything go. No phones, no shoes, no talking, just dance. Or don't. Just be there, whatever you want. There's no rules. Those are the only 3 rules. 4 rules. Be kind. No shoes, no talking. Something like that. But yeah, so that's things that we should be doing. We have to get back into, like, the play and the celebration of life. Like all these cultures we see, they dress up, they put on like cool clothing and different styles, and they make a dance. They have the whole village is just like, I feel like Africa really, they know what's up. They have a good, like, celebratory vibe, right? Like they have like a lot of big dances and like choreographed dancing. That's missing. Like, why aren't we dancing more?
Yeah.
That's something I saw too in the education system. I was like, this is so boring. Like, we should be having fun. I don't want to be writing on a piece of paper like for 8 hours a day, or doing these silly math equations. I'm 6 years old. Why do I do math right now? They should be like building a mud house or planting flowers or eating worms. That's what kids should be doing, not like math problems or some dumb computer stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's not a popular opinion, but I don't have kids. I don't know. I think people get kids and they have a job and they're like, I got to put my kids in school. I gotta go to work and just send them to daycare, send them to the school, like whatever. I don't got time to deal with it.
It's crazy. Like you said, everything is backwards. Everything is just messed up. It's just
Yeah.
so stupid. But Alex, I'm gonna again thank you so much for the information and everything that you shared. And
Yeah.
before we're gonna go to the next topic, I want to ask you, why should people start doing yoga? What is really the benefit that you saw and that you see in other people that they really need to start doing yoga, not just for, oh, so I'm going to be healthy and fitter, but really, what is the message behind yoga?
Yeah. So something I noticed when I took on yoga as a lifestyle practice is starting my day with it would then clear my energy field for the day. So it's like when you take the time, 30 minutes to an hour, you don't even have to do asana. It's just meditating alone, just sitting in silence. Because throughout the day we're processing life. Things happen and our mind is going. We're doing things, we're focusing, tasks, projects, deadlines, responsibilities, chores, kids, partners, everything. It's like the wheels are turning in our head. So when we take the time in the beginning of the day to meditate, practice yoga, take care of ourselves, and only focus our energy within, that allows us to process the life so that when we finally show up for the world, for other people, and we continue onto our day, whatever that entails, whatever you do, you've taken time for yourself to be like, okay, here's how I'm feeling about things. And then you cultivate your energy. That's why I love the yoga practice, because you're cultivating your strength with the physical posture. You're cultivating your mind. You're cultivating presence, because if you sit down in stillness, within the first 30 seconds, you're going to be like, what I need to do something. Where's my phone? Where's my email? Someone's going to talk to me. Someone's about to hit me up. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. I can't sit here anymore. I'm uncomfortable. My back hurts. Your mind is just going to start to create reasons why you don't want to sit there anymore. And it's all just to be like, slow down. Just sit here and let these things come through. Let it come through, because these things are going to come through either way throughout your day. So why should anyone do yoga? I think we should all do yoga because it gives us clarity on ourselves. It helps us to tune in and have a better understanding of our intuition and who we are, our own thoughts, beyond the conditioning, beyond what anyone's told you to think or to be or to do, and be your own guide. You are the guru. Everyone is their own guru. That's the truth. That's what you'll learn through yoga, and that's what I've learned through my own practice and through going to schools and taking courses and trainings. The teachers all say the same thing. It's not like there's one teacher who's got all the answers. We all have all the answers within ourselves. It's just a matter of, what's the question? What's your question? Do you have a question? Do you have a problem? Do you have a challenge? It allows us to take our own advice seriously. Because how many times in life do we have a question and then we ask other people for validation, even though in ourselves we know the answer, but then we seek the answer outside of ourselves, and then you're not biased within yourself. Other people are going to be biased just because they're other people. They're not you. You are you. I am me. So when you like get your answers from someone else, it's like you're getting a biased answer. It might not be exactly what you need. It might not be like true to you and who you are, because it's not, everyone's different and everyone has their own perspectives, values, alignments, faith. We all have our own specific makeup, chemistry, biology, all the things. So that's what yoga is. It's like it opens you up to seeing that you are the most greatest teacher, and it's like the library within. It's like opening the door to the library within. You know, you go to the library, you're like, I got these books, I'm going to go read all these books and study all these books. And yeah, we need all those. It's good to read. It's great to read. It's great to read books, learn from different people's writings. All of that, everything outside is within though. Same. It's all here. And it's just cultivating this energy, it's like the consistency thing too. If you do a certain thing every day, if you never read a book, you're going to pick up a book and be like, I don't want to read. I never do this. Why would I do this right now? So it's the consistency thing. It helps us to see ourselves, because we can't always see ourselves. I can see myself, but it's from within, unless I'm looking at a mirror, and then it's a mirrored reflection. And also, so another really cool layer of yoga, and we have energy. We have an energy body. So our hands are like portals, right? Like, I'm just going to do this for contrast. Don't take it personally. That you feel that, right? It's like, no, it's like, okay, right? It's like, that's huge. That's a huge contrast from this to that. It's like, I'm not going to do it again, but our hands are powerful. It's a powerful, like prayer position. You're coming into yourself. You put your hands at your heart together so that your hands, energy between your hands can circulate, and it's next to your heart, and you feel this. You give someone a hug. They feel it. You give yourself a hug. You feel it. You punch someone in the face. They're going to feel it. You know, our hands are like portals. And so if we're on our phone all the time, we're giving our energy into our phone all constantly. So we do yoga. We give our energy to the mat, to the earth, to the sky, to ourselves, to the sacred directions, the 4 sacred directions, north, south, east, and west, up and down. That's why we should do yoga, because it gives ourselves, we're returning our energy back into ourself, but we're also circulating the energy through ourselves from and to the earth, to the sky, to the spirit, to the land, to the sun, the stars, the trees, the grand web of all of existence. And that's the thing with the balance of technology too. It's like, if we're on our phone all the time, we're giving our energy away. We can't do that. I use my phone too. I work from my phone. I trade stocks and crypto. I have to do that. I have to make money. But it's a balance. That's why I practice yoga every day, every morning, first thing, multiple times a day, because I'm returning my energy back into myself instead of giving it all away. So many reasons. It's not even about how much you weigh or what you look like. It's not even at all about that. It's about cultivating, harnessing your energy and not letting your energy drain into all these other places, which you may or may not be even aware of. Yeah, I don't know. Some, like, you don't know until you know, kind of thing, right? If you don't know something, you don't know it, and then you find it out and you're like, oh wow, hindsight's 2020. Now I know. Wish I would have known sooner, but I didn't. Now I'm initiated.
That's really powerful, especially with doing it. It's really trying to find or trying things out. That's how you also communicate with life, trying new things, and also with what you said about connecting with your teacher on YouTube. That's really how we are in tune with ourselves. We need to go more and listen to our feelings, our gut feelings, what it's tell us. I've been scammed multiple times, and sometimes the gut feeling was like, no, don't do it. And I ignored it, and then I got scammed. So when our life gets
Happened to
hard
me recently.
or what?
I got scammed recently too, and I knew it was sketchy, but I was trying to take the easy way out. Pretty much, there's no shortcuts. There's
Greed.
no, right? You have to do the work.
Yeah.
That's what I realized. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
No, it's fine.
I
It's
also
fine.
got scammed, and my gut was like, really? I don't know. This seems too good to be true. And I did it anyways. And people even in my life were like, this isn't real. And I was like, it was some crypto stuff. And I was,
Same here.
it was very elaborate. They had a very elaborate thing, very elaborate scam, bots, AI bots, and fake people and groups. And whatever. So, warning to anyone out there: don't do it. Crypto groups, signal groups.
Nope.
Listen to your gut. Listen to the people in your life who are telling you it's a scam. Don't do it. I didn't listen. I lost my.
No. And then you burn. But the thing is, you learn. So you got burned and then you learn. And that's what's the same for me. I got burned and then I learned. So
Learn and
sometimes that's the way how we have to learn. Sometimes our greed or the need for things, and then the gut feeling is like, no, don't do it. And you say, no, I want it. I need more money now. And
Yeah.
then the gut is okay. You will find out. I told you, you're not listening, and now you figured it out. So I've learned the hard way as well as you did.
Yeah.
But also I learned to have compassion with myself, and also I grown. I became so much stronger through this experience, and also I forgave her. I forgave myself. For me, it was a dating app, and then I got introduced into crypto, and she turned out to be a scammer. So lesson learned. And again, the feeling told me right away, no, don't do it. I wasn't even attracted to her, but she manipulated me. She knew I was trying to look for ways to make money online,
Yeah.
and she played on it. So that was the weakness. But in the end, I got offers now from multiple crypto scammers, and then I picked them out right away. It's like, oh, it's the same behavior, the same tactics, the same way to manipulate you into the tricks. They're not even interested. They're asking you right away about the wallet. They don't care. They only care of making money off of you. And they have this build websites that's usually created by AI or chat, whatever, and you can spot it. And it's also this high payments that they ask you to invest in.
Yeah.
Usually legal brokers that really knows what they're doing, they never ask you this amount of money or, hey, what is your wallet? They will ask you like, hey, have you done this before? Is this your first time? They will really want to know and trust you, and also know if you've done it before, and not just invest and tell you, well, if you're going to invest with us, you have this high return. It's all a scam. You need to be careful. You really need to be careful, because they will take they will bleed you dry. She tried it with me. Luckily I have enough money left, but she tried to bleed me dry. She didn't care.
Right.
So again, like you said, Alex, trust your gut feeling and listen to it. Don't ignore it. It will save your life. It's the compass of your life.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Alex, yeah, thank you so much. You really convinced me to start yoga. So thank you for that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but yeah, I've heard it from many people, and now also from you as well. And I really want to start doing it and see what it does for me. So hopefully for other people, it will be motivational for them to also start doing yoga again as well.
Yeah.
Or restart. Maybe some people quit, and now it's the spark again for them hearing you talk about yoga, that they get inspired again to start again. So really, I really thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. I love the conversation, but it's also getting late for me, and I'm gonna put it slowly towards the end. But I really want to touch on the last part for you is also the, I have it here, I forgot, let me check. forgiveness. And I feel like that's so important, that we have compassion but also forgiveness, because I talk with people sometimes and they have like anger towards somebody, or they've been hurt by their family-in-law or whatever, and then I tell them you need to forgive them, and they say I can't. I need to. I need to be angry at them. I need to have this grudge. I cannot give them any room for. And I told him, like, what are you doing? And he just looking at me like, what? I said, you're giving so much power away to them. You need to learn to forgive, but also to let go. So how was that journey for you, Alex, to forgive yourself and other people that might hurt you?
Yeah, it was challenging for sure. It's like, it doesn't feel good to hold on to anger and frustration, especially for someone else, like being angry at someone or frustrated at someone. It just doesn't feel good, and it will get worse. It keeps getting worse. If you hold the stronger the grip that you have on the anger, the more it hurts. It will literally start to cause pain. It started to cause pain in my body. And then once I just released, I felt at ease. So it was like, for me, it was kind of clear. It was clear to me. It became clear to me that I had to start actually practicing a physical practice and exercise. Like, I wasn't exercising. And I think that's a big thing for people, is like, if you don't exercise, then energy gets stuck in the body. And anger, any negative emotions, it'll get stuck in your body. And there's another thing called the emotional spiral chart, which you could look up. Neutral is boredom. Boredom is actually a neutral emotion. So it can be swayed either way. And once you go up or down, it starts to spiral. So the negative emotions are heavy. They feel heavy. It's like, it feels heavy, like anger, frustration, sadness, jealousy. You could feel like it like pulls you down. It's like, it's dense. But then you feel like the happiness, the lightness, bliss, joy, laughter, positive emotions. They don't feel as heavy. They feel open and free and floaty and happy, and that it feels relieving. It's a relief to let go of the anger, the heaviness. It took some time. I'm using my dad a lot, and it's because it was a very pivotal moment in my life. Like, after he passed, I was like, I really took time for myself, and for about 2 years, I was meditating a lot. I was going into nature and just being in nature, trying to find answers, because I didn't have anyone. Like, when I had my mom leave us when I was a kid, I didn't talk to her, so I didn't have her. And so I did reconnect with her before my dad passed, but I hadn't like cultivated that much. So I had to go within and really like just sit there. And if I was sitting there and like feeling anger and frustration, I would have just been like, oh. But like, I couldn't do that. It didn't feel good. Why? Like, I'm alone. If you're alone, I don't know. I just couldn't feel angry when I'm alone. Like, I didn't have any guidance anymore. I didn't have any role models. My dad was gone. I didn't really resonate with any of my other family. They kind of judged me my whole life. And I was still cultivating a relationship with my mom. So there was a lot that I had to just rely on myself for. And So yeah, it was like the more I spent time alone with myself meditating, that I would begin the clearing of the anger and the frustration. And then it came because of forgiveness. I was like, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for not paying attention to my health when I was younger. I forgive my dad for buying us all this junk food and having junk food all the time in the house. And I forgive him for not paying attention to my passions or giving me any spiritual or emotional support, or not being, it's honestly, it's a gift, because now I do have my own support system within. And I have people in my life who I can talk to, and if something is really heavy, I have people I can talk to. Like my girlfriend, she'll hold space for me. But for a long time, I had no one to hold space for me. I had zero. I had only myself. And so that for me, that was an initiation for me to be like, I have no one. I have no guidance. I have no role models. I have no mentors. I'm still 20 something years old, and no one even knows me. I didn't really know anyone. And the people who knew me, they knew me as like a fat kid. And they didn't know who I am now is totally different than who I was when I was 10 years ago. I've been practicing yoga 10 years. And before that, I've been joyful. I've always been like a joyful, happy guy, but yeah, my energy is way different now. And I have a lot more energy. But yeah, being alone, sitting alone is where forgiveness came through as like I have to do this. I have to forgive, because it felt dark otherwise. The sadness, the anger, it felt so dark. I couldn't hold on to it anymore. It was like killing me. So maybe anyone feels that way too. Maybe you're holding on to something that's really heavy, and who are you holding it for? Who are you holding it for? You don't have to hold it. Let it go. Drop it. It's okay. And maybe your hands are so tired from holding on to it. And when you let it go, you feel you're letting go, and you're feeling guilty for letting it go, because you feel like you have to hold on to it. Or maybe someone else did someone else dirty, and you're holding on to for them. Like for a little bit, I was holding on. I can't get into all these details now, but I was holding on to anger for my mom, my mom's anger towards my dad. I was holding her anger. I was holding on for her, and like, then I realized, like, I don't have to hold on for her. Like I'm clear. Like if she's still holding on, which a little bit she is, that's hers. I don't have to hold it for her. But I was. And then I forgave myself, because holding the anger just doesn't feel good. And that's what the yoga and the meditation helped me to realize. It's like, that's not even me. That's not even my anger. That's someone else's anger. Why am I holding on to someone else's shit? Like, get rid of it. And that's very, very, very common in this world. Everyone is holding much of the world's trauma. They don't have to hold on to it. It's okay. You can let it go. Give yourself permission to let it go, especially if it's not yours. And if it is yours, just let it go too. Because it's going to come back. It's always going to come back. That's what this work does. That's what this practice does. It helps us to let go, let go, let go, let go. And channel. Like the gurus aren't like, as a teacher, like I have certain things that I've written down, and I'm using my organic intelligence to write, not asking ChatGPT all these things. So help me. I've used it in the past, but it starts to take away my own creativity. And so when I'm in a space that I'm holding space for people in a yoga class or a workshop or something like that, there's some sort of structure, but at the same time, I open myself so that divine guidance can come through, and I can provide an experience for people, it's not even necessarily providing an experience or guidance. It's just holding the container, holding the sacred container, like this right here. It's like I'm asking God, I'm asking Spirit, I'm asking Source, I'm asking the directions, and I'm asking all things sacred and holy to allow something to come through, to allow transformation to come through for me and for everyone else in this group right now. Will Spirit show us what needs to be seen? And we just allow it to show up and surface. Like when you're freestyling or someone's singing a song or playing or dancing, it's like an out of body experience. They're not even in their own body. They're just totally detached from everything, and nothing matters except for what's in the flow. That's like the flow state, right? You find the flow state, and you're not even thinking. You're not really thinking when you're in the flow state. You're being. You're so present.
That's all it is. Living in the now.
Right?
Yeah, usually we're living in the past. Like what if, or what if I didn't change, or why did I took this direction, or why is this person not in my life anymore? We're always hanging on or clinging on into the past. And I
Yeah.
did that for decades, and then I said I had to let go. I have to let go of the past and start new, fresh now. And it was hard. It was really difficult, but you have to start. You cannot hold on to the past. It's done. But you can learn from it and make better decisions as you go. So yeah, it's really powerful letting go. That's what I've learned last year, letting go, and it changed my life forever. But also forgiveness. Forgiveness is so powerful, and it transformed my life doing that. Forgiveness. I feel, like you said, I feel light. I don't feel having this grudge on people, and my energy doesn't go to them or governments or whatever. I doesn't go there. I keep it to myself. I use it and spend it on better things that
Yeah.
needs my energy or my time. So yeah, this was a really powerful, really powerful conversation, Alex. I can talk to you for hours about doing this, and I really want to have you another time back on the show. But before we're gonna go, I wanted to ask you: do you still do coaching? Do you still practice coaching, or
Yeah. Yep.
so? If people are listening to this, how can they reach out to you, and what can they gain from you when they want to work with you?
Yeah, so you can put my phone number. I'm available through WhatsApp. I love WhatsApp because it's international. You know, everyone everywhere has WhatsApp. But there's my YouTube is Lovewise Lounge. Lovewise Lounge. Like I was saying before, I'm a holistic educator and transformational guide. So I've done all these things myself. I haven't really had many mentors. I have not like direct like people to people, but stress relief is a big thing for me. So when I work with people, I aim to help relieve their stress, and everyone has their own specific stress. So when you go to a doctor and you have a problem and they give you a prescription or a diagnosis or something, and they're like, okay, you need to take this pill or whatever. If you're coming to me, that's like, I would be like a holistic doctor in a way. I don't have a degree or nothing, but like, that's what I've cultivated within myself. I've studied Ayurveda, which is like the ancient medicine, Ayurvedic,
Nice.
like a lifestyle. It's like living with the seasons and living with doing herbs, different herbal remedies, diet. So it's like lifestyle coaching, I guess you could say, just like guiding people from understanding where they're at to where they want to be, and finding the practices and the rhythms that you'll need to embody to start to change. So it could be yoga, like physical practice yoga. It could be journaling prompts. It can be breathing. It could be eye gazing, just like sitting, looking at each other. It can be dancing. So I do different things. I do one-on-one stuff and I do group stuff. Like I DJ, I put on like a DJ concert, or it could be a sound healing, just sitting there and meditating. Like if you have a question, maybe I got some good advice. So I almost like to think of myself as like a holistic doctor in a way, or just a holistic practitioner, holistic lifestyle practitioner. Because from where I've been to where I am now, it's a natural life, living a natural life. So if someone comes to me for a session, some kind of session, a work session, meditation, yoga, advice, coaching, I'll be present. I'll be present with you, and I'll listen, and I'll understand. I'll ask questions about why these things. What are the things that challenge you the most? Why are they challenging to you? It's just going to be specific to the moment, to the person, and what they're looking for. So it's returning to the meditative practices. There's all these meditative practices that we would focus on. Could be journaling, could be mirror affirmations, could be breathing, could be physical exercise, meditating. It depends where anyone's at within your journey and what you're looking for in life.
Nice. Yeah, I will. Thank you for sharing. I will put everything in the show notes so they can reach out to you, they can follow you and connect with you. Yeah, also for me in the future, if still the opportunity arises now with the social credit system and the digital slavery idea is coming now. So we'll see. Hopefully I can still travel and meet you in the future. If not, we will figure something out. There's always possibilities. Like I don't close myself up to opportunities and possibilities, but it's not gonna be easier. But we'll see. Like you said, a lot of things are shifting and changing. People are waking up, so we'll see what's gonna happen. And I have two more final questions. The first one that I want to ask you is, you also told me you made those triangle things. Also, it
Pyramids?
takes out, it takes the evil or the dark energy. Yeah, so cool. I've seen it so many times, and I wanted to buy one, but it's really cool.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, returning to natural rhythms is my work, and it's in everything I do. So it's the way I am is an attempt to just return to the natural path. This thing is made with different metals and resin and crystals, and the colors there mostly just for fun.
So nice.
The
So
colors
cool.
there for the art aspect of it, but beyond all of it, it's a bridging between science and spirituality, because everything in essence is spirit. Everything is spirit. You can ask any
And
shaman.
energy.
Yes, exactly. So this thing, there's certain metals in here, and it creates this energetic current called piezoelectricity, and that is clearing energies. It's like a magnetic, it's like pulsing, repulsion, and attraction. So it clears energy. It restores natural energy. It's about harmony and restoring harmonic vibrations. So there's two concepts anyone can look into: piezoelectricity, Piezo electricity, and biogeometrics. So those are the two like sciences involved with this technology. Yeah, a lot of people will say it'll help with insomnia. It helps to connect with more meditative states. I have them all over my house. I keep them near the outlets, keep them near my head when I sleep. It's kind of like a dream catcher in a way, but more energetic. And so I make these custom for people. I'll have them write affirmations, or I'll write affirmations and I'll sneak it in the layers. It's a liquid that I pour, and then it hardens and becomes hard. So like all these things are specific to each individual. Everyone's got their own things that they're dealing with. So anyone's affirmations, I'll put them in there, and then different crystals, if people like certain crystals, or even just that they resonate with certain colors. There's a reason for why we resonate with certain things. And it's not even necessarily, we might not know. You might like green. You don't know why. You just like it. Green is the color of the heart chakra. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I like all the colors. All the colors are great. Different color schemes are cool too. So, but yeah, this is just a way to restore natural energy and clearing the electric energy from the internet, radiation, stuff like that. Anything toxic, it's good to have these around because it will help to clear toxic vibrations and energies and restore natural states. Pretty cool. I actually, one time, it's very grounding too. Like I used to live in Virginia, and I used to go to this natural spring, and the first pyramid I ever made, like 5 or 6 years ago, I brought it to the spring just to have like a little ceremony. Cause when I get the water, it's like, it's a spiritual thing for me. It's like, this is sacred, raw spring water that I'm collecting from the land. I know we talked about water earlier. And so I like to have like a moment with the water, just like praise it and pray for it and bless it. So I would bring these, and this guy was at the spring too. And he was like, what do you got there? I was like, oh, it's a pyramid I made. He's like, oh, here, hold it. And he held it, and he was like, whoa. And he like, it totally grounded him. And he's like, wow, that was cool. I was like, what do you mean? He said, yeah, I just felt this like energy, like totally like, like, you know, when you get goosebumps or something, your whole body feels like that tingle. He's like, yeah, it felt like a clearing of my like energy field. Like I had all this like anxiety and stress, and it all just like went down into the earth. It just like left and exited through my feet into the earth. And I was like, cool, they work. So that's, some people are really sensitive to it. Some people aren't. So
but they work.
To like hold one of these and be like, oh my God, I feel it. Like you could, I don't know. I feel it. It's subtle, but it's there. Like when I hold it, I feel grounded and chill. I feel relaxed and happy.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Alex, for sharing that with us.
Great. If anyone wants one, hit me up.
Yeah, you can also maybe put something in the description, or some people or again, also the phone number, or reach out to you. Also, what I want to ask you, I appreciate if you also, the things that you mentioned about the crystals, about the books, that you shared it with me, and I put it in the show notes so everybody can take advantage of that. But we'll do that later on. Yeah, my final question, Alex. Yeah, I know it's sad that we have to leave, but like I said, hopefully in the future we can have another one. And yeah, I always ask this question to my guests. So the first question is, what was the most hardest thing or the most challenging thing that you had to go through? You also, I feel like you already talked about it, but I always ask this question. And what is the most achieving that you felt, or that you go through, that you feel really proud of? So what are those two?
The most challenging thing in my life, and then my greatest achievement.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. The most challenging thing in my life. I had a bunch of good ones. Dang. I feel like besides those few that I talked about, those probably like just like coming clean to myself, being honest with myself has probably been the most challenging thing. That's kind of like ongoing. It's like, who am I beyond what anyone else wants me to be? I think that's like probably the most challenging thing. And also probably my greatest achievement too, is like being me, being myself. And regardless of what anyone else thought, if people, not everyone resonates with me, and that's fine. I have a big, I'm a large guy, and I'm all about transformation and change and evolution. And a lot of people are highly triggered by that because they're stuck in their ways. So that's the greatest challenge for me, is to be like, I'm still worthy. I'm still allowed to be here and to be myself and to be fully me, full spectrum Alex. I'm allowed to be full spectrum Alex. I don't have to hide myself. I don't have to put a mask on. I don't have to shrink. I don't have to shrink who I am. I can show up fully in this world. So that is my greatest challenge, and also my greatest achievement, is coming into truth of who I am and allowing myself to let go of the people who don't like me or don't want to talk to me or don't want to see me, don't want to work with me. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad at them. They're triggered by me. That's fine. They can be that. I'll still love them from afar. You're good over there. You know, if you want to come back to me, we can talk. I'm open. We can still talk. I got fired from a yoga studio recently. That hurt me because I was like, man, I really love this place. I love teaching here. And I was upset. I made a comment in our group chat because I substitute a lot. People have kids and jobs and all this and family issues. And I'm like, yeah, I'll sub. I don't have kids. I'm an entrepreneur. I've got time. I'll shift my life to help someone out at last minute to get a sub. There was a moment where I was on the river and someone had an emergency and they didn't, no one else could help me. And so I was late to the class that I was supposed to teach. And I was subbing a class for someone. I was 2 hours on the river longer than I should have been because someone had a panic attack and they were freaking out. And it was like a rescue situation because someone on the river, I was floating on the river on my raft and with the crew. And yeah, so I was substituting a class for someone and I was late to that class because no one could hook me up last minute. And I was frustrated because I always did this for the teachers there. I'm not going to mention the name of the studio, but they know who they are. And I will gladly teach there again. If they see me, if they somehow see this podcast, I love them. They're great. No bad blood. It's all good. I just made a comment to this group chat. I said, it feels hurtful that I go out of my way to substitute for you guys and no one can return the favor when I actually need it. And I think that comment really hit some of the teachers there. And maybe the teachers said something to the studio owner. The studio owner also saw that comment and was probably like, this guy's an asshole. He's mean to our other teachers. I don't know what they said. I don't know what their minds went through to be like, we got to fire this guy. Didn't give me a last class. And they're still using my name on the schedule to try to get people to their classes. And then at the last week, someone else is teaching. It's not Alex. So that's kind of hurtful to me because it's like, dude, I've put my heart and soul and love and care into this community. And they basically just said, fuck you, leave. You can't say goodbye to your students. You can't say anything else. You don't even have one more class to teach. That was really hurtful.
Yeah, that must have been really painful. But I think in the end, maybe it's also a good thing. Maybe it's also the right time for you to leave there and find a better yoga studio or do something else. Usually the universe works in mysterious ways. So if we hold on to that, that's also what I've learned. If things don't go my way, then I say, well, then it's not my time, or it's not my moment to do this. So that's also a moment for you to let go, and then it's life becomes so much easier. Trust the process, trust the universe. And yeah, I don't want to add anything more else, because Alex, you said it perfectly, and yeah, I have nothing to add on that. So yeah, thank you so much, Alex, for this powerful, powerful episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm so happy that we finally can sit together and have this
Yeah.
conversation. It was so good. I learned a lot from you also to start my yoga classes and really commit. I really want to see what it does for me. So I really want to share my appreciation and my biggest thanks for you to be here again, to share your journey, your vulnerability, to be open up, and really how your life has been and where you are today. And that's what I like about you. You're just a free spirit and open minded, and you just live life how you want to live. And that's how we all should be living our lives. Not what the system wants, or a government, or what mom and dad wants, but really what do we want? And that's what you do. So yeah, again, Alex, thank you so much for this amazing, powerful conversation. And before we go, we also talked about that you had a free gift for the listeners, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have some stuff online. There's YouTube. There's some YouTube stuff. And if anyone wants to hit me up, I'll offer a free consultation on mindset. I think that would be the most powerful thing for me to gift is just an open ear, an open heart, an open spirit for someone to talk with and find greater clarity on their life from just another human. I'm just another human with the spiritual awareness, organic intelligence. So if anyone has a question, and instead of going to ChatGPT, hit me up, ask me. I won't go to ChatGPT. I'm saying I use ChatGPT too. I'm just saying we all do. But there's the difference, right? Artificial intelligence, organic intelligence, both have value. There's a balance.
Well said. Well, Alex, thank you so much. So yeah, again, it was really powerful conversation. I'm so happy that Michael introduced me to you and have this powerful conversation. I really loved this interview with him, and so was with you. So I know now why you two are really resonating and connecting and all that. You're just so aligned with each other. So that's really cool. It's really the connection, right? It's really connecting with each other. I think that's really what we need to start doing more. Really, even though you're not like-minded, still you can learn from each other and connect and grow.
Yeah, we have
like
to care
that's
for each other without judging. We're all here.
Yeah.
We're all here. We all deserve to be here. We all belong.
exactly.
And our differences is what makes us all beautiful. So that's important to understand and cherish. We have to cherish each other's differences. It's we ought to.
Yeah, and have respect.
We
Respect
deserve
towards each
love and
other.
respect each other. Yeah.
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 Perfect. Well, Alex, thank you again so much. And
course.
yeah, before we're gonna go, you have something to say or share before we're gonna leave?
I think I've said it all. Would love to join again in some time. I'll probably be in
same.
Asia next time we talk in some months or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. I will visit you if I can.
Yeah,
would
I'm
be
coming
nice.
over to
And,
your neck of the woods. Where are you again?
The Netherlands.
Netherlands. That's right. That's right. Well, Europe and Asia are kind of close. Closer than
Yeah.
it is to Alaska.
Couple of hours, no biggie. No, we will make it work, Alex. We will find a way. It's gonna, like I said,
Find
the
me in
universe.
India or Thailand or something. I'm going to.
Cool.
I'm leaving America indefinitely. To live yoga, live the life, live the holistic, natural life,
Nice.
live the spirit path. And I'll come back. I'll come to places that needs me.
Nice.
But I have to be full of energy and yeah.
Got it. Well, Alex, again, thank you so much. It's been, again, a really powerful conversation. Hopefully in the future, well, not hopefully, I know we will, but
Let's do it.
we'll see when. And yeah, like I said, I've learned so much from you. I know the listeners will also learn a lot from you as well. Also to start doing yoga, I feel it's so important. And thank you for sharing that with us. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you, my bro. I'll give you all the information for how to contact me, how to get working with me, how to do my free stuff online, or how to work with me directly.
Yeah, again, I will put everything in the show notes, so they will find it there.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Like and subscribe to the How to Heart Show for more new videos, and also follow me on social media. I will share my journey. I have some new developments, also building a course that I'm going to be launching soon. So exciting times. So if you want to stay connected with us in the How to Heart Show, like and subscribe on the How to Heart Show, and for the latest news and all of the good stuff. So again, guys, thank you so much. Alex, thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hey Lions, thank you for listening. Glad to have you on our journey to the authentic self. Want to learn more to embrace your potential? I invite you to keep listening. Do me a favor and smash the like and subscribe buttons, as this helps the show reach more listeners who need to hear these messages. See you next time.